going to talk about the racehorses today. I'm going to talk about the racehorses for this week. How they did. We had a great week at the track across the board. Both Northfield, the Meadows, Ontario. So let's get right to it. All gas, no brakes, man. He has been, every year we get that breath of fresh air type horse that we just didn't give a whole lot for. And man, he's been exceptionally good. And all gas, no brakes definitely checks those boxes. The horse was very, very good last week, and he has been very, very good since the day we started him. Secondly, Atlas Hanover Acclaimed, which I think was a pretty good stroke of luck for us. Now, maybe he'll go forward from what I could see from the horse. Remember, this horse went from Jason to Jim King to, I believe, Harry, then back to Jason briefly. I think Tim might have had a crack at him, maybe not. And then right to Stacy. He's bounced around and got a pretty good look at him all year. And he just felt to me like he was in between, right? In between classes, and we couldn't find a spot for him. He was in a class the other night where he probably should have been good. I was wondering why Brett pulled him first over. I was a little perplexed. He knows the horse. You can't be first over with him, but he was in a position where he wasn't going to get a chance to retain him, to redeem himself. The horse was claimed. I didn't know that. I didn't know he was claimed, but ended up first over with him, and he ended up first over with him in a spot you can't be with him, and he raced exactly how I figured he'd race when he moved him first over. But when, given a choice of trying and failing or not trying at all, I think he chose the right one. So Atlas Hanover now with a new outfit. He'll race, I'm not even sure who claimed him, to be honest. All I know is he is no longer ours. Greatest ending race is Sunday night. Luke is going to drive him, Luke Ebersol. Yes, he didn't get in the non-wars at 10. It didn't fill, and they stuffed him in the open. Was I happy? No, I was not happy. But that is that. He's coming in as good as he can be. He trained well. He looked good. He feels good. So I hope he races good. JK Victory, his last start. We're going to turn him out now for about 5 or 6 weeks, I think. We'll give him some time off. I just talked to Ron Burke briefly just a little while ago, and it said, looked a little tired. Do you agree? He said yes, he's burned out, needs a little rest. Had a great season for us, and will likely have a great season again next for us. So the plan will be turn him out, bring him back, and have him ready to go for Indiana 2024. Looks like Money is training back now and looks very, very good in Ontario, man. I only got to see him the one time about a week ago. Harry said he continues to go good. I saw him the one time, of course, looked amazing. I was very, very happy with how it looks like Money looks right now. Renegade Gypsy races tonight. Last race for him in Indiana. A little different situation. I suspect you'll see him racing on the East Coast soon enough. Resolute Bay was a winner last week, fit into a class again this week. He looks like he can do a little damage in, so hopefully he can double up and have at least another good race. 2 in a row would be nice, and then continue to race him throughout the winter. Serious Dragon gets his last vet check and then back to jogging this week coming up, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. He looked great when I saw him last week when I was in Ontario. It's Broodmare State Park, guys. 3 Point Blue Chip continues to train down. I suspect he's been off a long time. You're probably not going to see him get ready to race until March, I would suspect. But he is back jogging right now. I doubt he's training, but back jogging. What about our boy Unbeatable Camp Cake? Was very, very good the other day. Made a break. For a horse that has his issues, that break should have been a release, and he should have written the race off as soon as he made that break. But instead, showed some poise that I hadn't seen for a very long time from him. Caught up to the field, got in striking position, and then I was the one sitting on him, so sitting behind him, you weren't, but the last 100 yards, he was a beaten fourth and chose to lay it all on the line and reached up to win. I was thoroughly impressed with the effort from this horse. I can't say enough how good he raced and how he felt. Very, very impressed with him. Yo Mister is out in the field for another 2-3 weeks, and we'll bring him in, start him back up. Good as him, probably in that time frame he'll be ready to go. Dominic is training him down. He's looking good, I'm told. I personally have not seen him on the track other than to watch him jog, but he's been sound since we brought him back. Again, all the time in the world. We said this last year. He was going to get all the time. He'll be ready when he's ready, and I suspect, I thought way back when I said first part of December, it'll be closer to Christmas, but he will be ready, and he looks very, very good, I'm told. Locatelli, kind of in that funk, right? Now drawn him White Tiger 2 weeks in a row. So two things I hate. One, when the horses are kind of in a funk, and two, when our horses drawing together. So hopefully Tiger will, either one of them will do good this week and move up, and the other one can stay around. That's the hope anyway. I jumped over, no I didn't. Next is No Free Lunch. No Free Lunch is supposed to be ready to go in 2 weeks. I just spoke to Stacy and I forgot to ask her. I'm going to reach out to her and ask her now about No Free Lunch, just to see when she thinks he'll be ready to go. She sent me a picture of his leg. He looked great. So interested to see when he'll be ready to go. Think of Galaxies. Same problem we have right now. Just can't get the horses in full time. She didn't get in this week. So we'll see what that leads to. At some point, if she gets a couple of weeks off, she might end up with a month off. You know, if she doesn't get in next week, that's 2 weeks sitting. I might just pull the pin and say, okay, 3 or 4 weeks in the field, and then we'll bring her back in. You know, all these horses that are racing so hot and so hard all summer, they do need a break at some point. And if the classification gods are going to force that upon us, then so be it. But if she's not getting in, she's not getting in. I'm not shipping her. I know I've had people that say, can they not? What about Dover? What about she's raced really hard all summer, and I'm not just going to send her somewhere to continue to race hard. If she needs a little break, she'll get a little break. Oakwood Cowboy is training down, now back training. I saw him jog when I was there. I did not see him train. I know that Dominic said he was back training. We'll see how he's coming on. I'll get an update from you guys, but I can't imagine he's too far away from the track. Stay close. I'm going to race. Stay close right now, which appears to be in the rain. Not my favorite, but we'll see. I'm in the first and second with him in Spitfire, and then I'm back to Macedonia. Kings County. I trained Kings County in 2.8 in the jog cart today at Northfield, or the bike at Northfield Park today. They'll probably train him again when I'm gone away. And then for those of you that don't know, I'm gone away for a week next week. He'll train next week, and then we'll likely school him. I don't know if you're going to get him around Northfield. And when I initially thought that Per Lucky was sold and leaving to go somewhere, I said to Jim, I felt bad. I said, Jim, I'll send Kings County out there to be a good spot for him. But as it turns out now, Per Lucky is staying in Illinois for a bit. So Kings County probably won't be heading that way. We'll probably either send him back down here to Stacy or race him in the Meadows a couple of starts. We'll see how that plays out. But he won't be ready for 2 weeks. Maybe 3, but 2 weeks he'll be ready, I think. White Tiger looked good the other night. I'd like to see another strong performance from him this week. We'll see how that is, but he's in a good spot in the middle of the game in that class. He should be pretty good for this week. Delicious Stone DK is racing on Wednesday. I'm obviously gone away, so I won't be here. I won't be here to drive Delicious Stone, but pretty easy horse to drive. I'd just like to see him get back going. Miss Rockadally, I trained her today in 2:10. She'll be ready probably 3 weeks also from Mr. Esposito. Patrick the Piranha. That was a fantastic race yesterday for a number of reasons. Really, really happy with the way Patrick raced, the way he performed. He still isn't on his game. He isn't 100%. Not lame or anything, but he's just not sharp as attack. I suspect that win will go a long way to turning that wheel back around. So, Patrick the Piranha, a great race from him. Those are your aged racehorses. I'll be back in just a minute. We're going to talk about the 3-year-olds.